We start here. Police are conducting DNA analysis on two bodies believed to be those of missing journalist Sibusiso Ndlovu and his partner Zodwa Mdhluli. Their bodies were discovered in Limpopo yesterday, more than 2 months after the couple was reported missing. One of the suspects arrested in connection with the case led police to the scene where those bodies had been dumped, and then he, along with 3 other suspects, are set to appear in the KwaMhlanga Magistrates Court today. Our reporters Zola, Sholwana and Ziniko Mhlaba are on the story. Zola, good morning. You are at the scene where those bodies were found dumped in Rust de Winter in Limpopo. And Ziniko Mhlaba as well, live for us in the field. Let's begin with Zola. Good morning, Zola.
A very good morning to you too, Iman. Of course, we are at the scene where the bodies were discovered yesterday by police, and we are told that these bodies could possibly be bodies of the missing journalist and his partner, Zodwa Mdhluli. And of course, we await DNA results. In fact, DNA has to be conducted, with the families of the two so that they're able to determine, who these people could possibly be. And of course, we were told by police the state of, the bodies, they were in a decomposed state, Iman. So one can imagine, they've been missing since the month of February, the 18th actually. That is the last time that they were seen. Currently, we are seeing police on the scene, and we are told that they are going to do their final sweep here. And of course, bodies were collected late last night by forensic pathology. We waited for quite some time, and they arrived in the late hours yesterday to collect the remains of the 2 people that were discovered here. Now, we heard from the National Commissioner announcing that they were led to this point by one of the suspects that have already appeared in court in KwaMhlanga, and that suspect is accused of possibly being involved in the murder of the journalist and also his partner Zodwa Mdhluli. You would know that there's been many human rights organizations and also press organizations that have come forth calling on police to rally behind the search of Sibusiso Ndlovu and his partner, as there was no communication that was coming from them for several weeks, for almost in fact 3 months. So yesterday when police made this discovery, then many people were suggesting that these could possibly be the 2 people, that the couple that we have been searching for since the month of February, Iman. So we will then await to hear what the DNA results will be with regards to this. But I must tell you that on Sunday, when we visited the families, both the Ndlovus and the Mdhlulis, where police were giving them an update about developments in the case, and also assuring them that they are on the right track, promising that they will be apprehending those that are suspected to be behind, this missing case. They did assure the family that they will make sure that, those culprits are brought to book. And, of course, the arrest of those that are appearing in court, today then brought some sort of relief to the family, because for the longest time there was no sign of where Sibusiso and Zodwa could possibly be. And, that arrest then gave the family hope that possibly these people could be linked to the disappearance of the couple. Now, any time from now, we can, hear from the police about the results as to who are these people that were found here. Is it Zodwa Mdhluli and Sibusiso Ndlovu, the couple that has been missing since the 18th of February? Back to you in studio.
Zola, we witnessed the heartbreak of the families there, so let's see again how these investigations progress. Ziniko, as far as the criminal case goes, we're likely to see murder and kidnapping charges added. Is that correct?
That is correct indeed, Iman. You'll remember that, starting from Tuesday when the first person appeared in court, there was clear communication from the National Prosecuting Authority in terms of its charges. Remember, for the past few days, all these suspects, 5 of them, 4 adults and 1 minor, have been appearing here at Mhlaba Magistrate Court between Tuesday, Wednesday, and of course we saw on Thursday that there wasn't really much movement when it comes to the criminal charges or court proceedings because police investigations were still ongoing. But what we noticed, between Tuesday and Wednesday was the fact that every time a suspect appeared before the Mhlaba Magistrate Court, the NPA will say that, well, as far as that docket is concerned, it is not concluded yet. They were still planning to add more charges and more serious charges. So with the developments that are happening, that have been happening over the past 24 hours, we can really then expect that indeed more charges are likely, to be added. But that will depend on the identification of those 2 individuals, 2 bodies, which my colleague Zola is talking about, where she is right now. There is no clear indication, though, or clarity whether those individuals are really the 2 suspects the NPA has been awaiting to discover from the SAPS investigations perspective. But when you look at the profile of these individuals, Iman, who have been appearing in court, there is an adult person who was an employee of the couple who was driving their vehicle, which went missing with them. And of course, then 2 individuals were then arrested linked to that vehicle. It was discovered by the South African Police Service that those individuals were in possession of some parts of the car which resembled the parts of that missing car. So that's how they were pinned. But also we understand now that these individuals were charged with kidnapping and carjacking. Kidnapping in a sense that these individuals, held the two individuals against their will and drove them elsewhere, which we now seem to understand to be the place where my colleague is. So those are the individuals who are likely, to see appearing in court. Those 4 individuals, adult individuals, but also the minor, we might not see him in court today. So that's where these criminal investigations have gone. But also legally, we are going to see now those serious charges being leveled against these individuals. So we're expecting then some delays as far as the court proceedings are concerned as we await for those results to come out as whether, the 2 individuals are linked to this particular case we're dealing with of those missing individuals. So we are going to see then if the magistrate will be briefed so that he can delay the proceedings so that there's a clear identification of those bodies. If those results come out positive and it is discovered those 2 bodies are the ones we are talking about here on this particular case, then those charges of murder are going to be leveled against the suspect. So we're not sure yet whether these 2 proceedings are linked or not. We'll find out within the next 2 or 3 hours.